Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. Welcome back to the channel. This is Tune 215. And as you can see, that's a plane about to land. I'm about to be on my way. I just dropped off the vehicle. I could have took one of these Avis buses, which they take you back to the airport, but unfortunately, I chose not to. Or I should say, in your case, fortunately, I chose not to. I decided just to walk around. I don't really got a board until 8:06. That's when my plane takes off, PM. And it's like 12 something right now. So I got a couple hours to spare. Ideally, I want to be back at the airport by 6 p.m., maybe 5:30, depending on how I feel. I'll be completely honest with y'all, yo. I just ate. My heels kind of ache a little bit. I've been doing walking, driving. I've been on the go since I got here. I haven't got much relaxation in. There wasn't a time where I didn't have a camera in my hand. I tried to document as much as I could within the time period I was here and with the cameras that I had. I have 2 cameras, you know. I was capturing the tours with this and some vlog footage with this. And then I had my main camera that I was also capturing footage from too. So I was kind of like juggling the both, and it wasn't that easy. It did take a lot out of me mentally, because like I said in a few other of the tours, I didn't get a chance to take in the trip as a citizen. I took it in as an employee, like for myself, which means there wasn't a lot of downtime. I had to like capture footage. The hourglass was turned upside down and time was ticking. And the more I stood idle, the more time I wasted and the less footage I got for you guys. And although I tried hard to cover a lot more hoods, I wanted to go to a lot more, you know, tourist sites. I had very limited time, and then at each location I had limited time. I had to like shoot some footage and then go, shoot some footage and then go, shoot some footage and then go, in order to make this trip worthwhile, you know. The most downtime I had was probably like before nightfall, before I closed my eyes, and even then I kept waking up. I would go to sleep like 12:01, then I would, and mind you, this is 3 hours behind, so 12 here is 3 a.m. in Philly, so my body didn't get fully adjusted. I would fall asleep and then wake up, because I knew I had to wake up to upload another video or check the upload. I was trying to do uploads while I was sleeping at night. I couldn't take a lot of downtime throughout the day to upload, because that downtime throughout the day upload would cost me valuable time that I could capture footage throughout the day, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was just jumping up, woke up several times each night, checking the uploads. And I was up super early each day. Today I was up around 4. Yesterday I was up around 5, and I went to sleep super late, and I've barely been getting like good rest. I've been doing a lot of physical activity, a lot of talking, a whole bunch of talking. I feel like in some of my first few tours, although I was spiritually excited, I was physically exhausted. So I was yawning. I think on one of them, or 2, 3 of them, I was yawning, but that's because that cold air, that AC air was kicking, and that's my weak spot. Cool air, that puts me to sleep. Like, that'll knock me out. Cold air, air conditioner, woo, and then I ate, woo, that combination, and then not having enough sleep, woo. Well, I was super duper, like, drowsy, but I was still doing the tours, you know? I was still trying to be a good host. I had fun, I had good times. There was a lot of cool things I saw. A lot of cool experiences. The people were overall pretty friendly. I didn't travel all of LA, you know. I didn't do a full 100% travel this week that I was here, but I did see a lot of the spots that I wanted to see. I went to, let me see, I went to Beverly Hills, I went to Bel Air, I went to Long Beach, I went to Venice Beach, I went to Watts, where else? I did a little bit of downtown. I went to East LA. I drove through East LA. I went to like the fashion district, the jewelry district, the toy district. I went through Chinatown. I probably touched a little bit of Little Tokyo, but I didn't cover Little Tokyo like how I wanted to. I was in Lincoln Heights. I was Crenshaw, Inglewood. I did a little teeny bit of Compton. I was in Hollywood, of course. I checked out the Hollywood Hills. I literally drove on the Hollywood Hills, Hollywood Boulevard. Yeah, I had a pretty good experience, you know. There's probably a couple other spots that I missed, and there was probably some places that I went through that I didn't even know where I was at, and I didn't know that I was actually passing through these hoods, because like I said, I went from East LA to Hollywood without a GPS. I was just randomly like going left, going right. I was finding out my layout. I was, you know, using my memory to figure out where I was at, and I was capturing footage. I was rotating between driving, I was rotating between walking. I rotated from the window suction mount to this gimbal. I even got a little bit of body footage, just a little bit. Oh, I went through Skid Row. That's another neighborhood. I got some body cam footage of Skid Row, and then I got some 360 footage of Skid Row. Now I wanted to utilize 360 a little bit more, but I couldn't get a chance to do it because, like I said, I was bouncing around, I was moving around, I was going from point A to point B. So I only got one video that was 360, virtual reality, and that was Skid Row. And then it was at nighttime, so I don't know how, you know, crispy that footage is gonna be quality-wise. But for the most part, I try to capture what I could. I think I got roughly like 20 videos in 3 days. Yeah, it's something, but it's not enough. And then like 2 of them, I had to cut early because it was too dark. I wasn't able to see much. It wasn't worth it. And then like when I went to Bel Air, I actually saw that was probably like one of the highlights of the trip. I saw the house that they used for Fresh Prince of Bel Air. That's in the intro. The exterior shot. I saw that house in real life. That was decent. That blew me away because like I watched that growing up. Ever since I was a kid, I loved Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I loved it. Fresh Prince of Bel Air was like one of my favorite shows growing up. I got the series. See, if I go right, that'd be back at the airport. But I think since I got some time to spare, I'm gonna probably go left, and then we'll see what it looks like. But yeah, so that was one of my favorite series growing up. So to see it in real life, it was pretty cool. Like I enjoyed it. I took a video out front of it, like a little selfie video for the vlog. Yeah, it was decent. And I saw some big houses. I saw some medium houses. I saw some little houses. Even the little houses were pretty nice. I saw the palm trees. The palm trees were awesome. I saw a variety of sizes of palm trees. When I first got off the plane, I thought these were big palm trees. Then after exploring a little bit more, there's even bigger palm trees, taller. There's even taller palm trees. Yeah, man, it was a dope experience. It was definitely a trip of a lifetime. I got a chance to see a lot of the film studios. I didn't get to see them all, but I saw 3 film studios. I saw Universal Studios, Paramount Pictures, and Warner Brothers. I think I was pretty happy with seeing Paramount Pictures and Warner Brothers. I did a walking tour around Paramount Pictures. Warner Brothers, I didn't really do no walking tour, but I did get out. I got some footage for the vlog, and I took some pictures in front of it, like with the WB in the background. I wanted to do that with Paramount Pictures, with a picture with the Paramount Picture tower in the background, but I didn't have, again, time. It was like bouncing around, y'all. I was kind of disappointed that when I went to Venice Beach, originally I went to Long Beach thinking that they had that pier that I see on Grand Theft Auto. They didn't have that pier. I was completely wrong. Then I did some research, it said that that pier in Grand Theft Auto with the carnival and the Ferris wheel on it, that's based off of Venice Beach. So I went to Venice Beach, and I didn't see it there. Now I don't know if my entrance where I entered at in Venice Beach, maybe I was away from the pier. I don't know, but at least I went to Venice Beach. I saw some nice houses in Venice Beach. There was some interesting people. Some of them, like, surprisingly lived up to a stereotype that was portrayed on, like, you know, films. A lot of the people look pretty normal to me. A lot of these people, like, if you just take the environment away from them and drop them in Philly, they look like Philadelphians. A lot of people. But many people fit the description of what I saw on TV growing up. For example, I just came from eating at a spot, and next door there was a liquor store, which, mind you, the liquor store was buzzing, packed. I saw a couple females that looked like what they call hyenas. I saw some young, I guess they would be Mexican, something. They were Hispanics, but they had the super duper baggy jeans. They had the tall socks, the A shirt. They looked like straight up like vatos, you know what I mean? I even saw on Long Beach and on Venice Beach, I saw skateboarders that fit what they look like on the medium, like movies and TV, you know what I mean? I got a chance to see that in real life. I saw a couple people rocking all red. I saw a couple people rocking blue. You know, I got a chance to see that. I didn't see any real gangbangers out. I don't know. I don't know how accurate the movie was with that, like, or movies in general was with that. I'm sure it does exist, but in Hollywood they portray it as like they be out on the block and, you know, they be deep, and I don't know, it depends. I saw a naked woman. Well, she wasn't naked. I saw a topless woman. I saw a naked man. He was covered up, but he was in like a clear bag. He was sitting on the floor. The woman, she was covering her top, but she was walking, she was like a little out of it. I saw animals. I saw stray dogs, which was kind of different. You don't see stray dogs here, where I'm from, I should say. In Philly, we don't see stray dogs running around. We see stray cats. I only see one cat when I was here, but I saw a few dogs in different areas that were stray. That's like in Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, there's stray dogs versus cats. So that was kind of different. The food was awesome. The food was spectacular. I tried 4 different plant-based restaurants within the period of 3 days, and the food was fantastic. And there was so much more options, so many more restaurants I could have went to, and there was so many more options on each menu. I wish I could try them all, but you know, I'm not able to. I literally just ate at one spot, and I got a sandwich in my backpack, and I'm gonna take that to my wife. So I'm literally about to fly over a sandwich from California to North Philadelphia so she could try it. You know what I mean? Crenshaw, I visited where the store was at, where his marathon, where Nipsey Hussle's marathon store was at, and actually where he lost his life. I saw tons of Nipsey Hussle murals. I saw tons of Kobe Bryant murals. I saw a couple Tupac murals. I was disappointed to see one of the Nipsey Hussle murals had red paint defacing it. You know, Nipsey Hussle is blue from the Crips, but there was like, it looked like somebody took a red paintbrush and just marked X's all over it, and I could have swore yesterday when I saw it, or the day before yesterday, it wasn't like that. And it was a nice mural. It was right across the street from his location too, which is strange that when I'm here, that happens. I found that like weird, eerie. It was kind of weird, but I'm sure the neighborhood locals will handle that. Yeah, I also went to the Star Walk. I checked out the Star Walk. I saw a couple names that I knew. I didn't see a lot of names that I knew. I saw a lot of homeless encampment sites throughout the city, which left me in awe. Like a jaw-dropping amount of homeless encampments. Now, comparing and contrasting it to Philly, I know we got Kensington. A lot of people say Kensington's worse than Skid Row, or Skid Row's worse than Kensington. I'm gonna tell you what. Because the people in Skid Row, they weren't using their substances out in the open. There's literally 10 by 10 tents everywhere, huge tents. Since they weren't out in the open, I can't say that equally that they're as bad because of the drug usage. So I'll give Kensington a win on that, which is a bad win. Kensington, it's a span of 10 blocks or so. One strip, 10 blocks or so. Skid Row is a span of, I would say, a dozen block square radius. And in each and every block, there's anywhere from 10, 15, 20 to 40, 50 tents. So I would say Kensington is worse when it comes to the drug usage, because they do it out in the open. They don't hide it behind tents. I'm not saying that people at Skid Row don't utilize substances, but at least they have enough courtesy or enough common sense or whatever, pride, to just do it behind a canopy cover. Now, when it comes to the homelessness, I believe, from what I saw and what I witnessed, not only in Skid Row, but through other parts of the city, in Chinatown, in different areas, like even to my knowledge, after watching the news here in Cali, they said that in Venice Beach, there's over 1,000 homeless people displaced living on the beach. So just think about that by itself, 1,000 just on the beach, and that's in one, excuse me, I got a hiccup. That's in one little area of Cali. So I think that LA has a greater homelessness population than Kensington. Kensington people, not all of them are homeless. A lot of them probably had it. A lot of them probably left their home environment, their job, their counties, their states, or whatever, to come utilize substances in Philly. Here, some people generally look like they were, you know, in a bad situation. They look like they were genuinely, you know, stuck, you know. And what I saw on the news, I saw that supposedly that they're trying to, for example, in Venice Beach, they're trying to make housing to help the people who are homeless. So they got 200 beds, and what that program does is it puts them in the shelter for, I think it said 90 days, and they said a lot of them stay longer than 90 days. But after 90 days, they try to find them homes, and many of them have found homes, but it takes some time, like low income or Section 8, or I don't know if they find them jobs or something, but they do try to find them homes. They said 157 beds were filled, but you're talking about 1,000 homeless people roughly on Venice Beach alone. 200 beds isn't enough. A lot of them don't even want to go to the shelter. It's so bad that there's a whole bunch of people at the shelter out front in their own little homeless encampment at the shelter. So that goes to show you that right in front of the shelter where they could find help, they're just still making camps and tents and stuff right out front. On Hollywood Boulevard, there was homeless people. Around the corner from the Hollywood sign, there was homeless people. And that's not Skid Row. That's, what was it? Hollywood from Skid Row is like a 20-minute, 25-minute travel, maybe 30 minutes. So just that example right there, two separate sections of the city, there was homeless. Now, like I said, they were scattered, and I ain't checked the whole LA, yet alone the whole Cali. So there is a huge homeless problem in LA. Now, the substance abuse, I can't really verify that. Like I said, I didn't see people doped up. I didn't see people leaning. I saw a lot of people buying alcohol, but alcohol is legal, right? So let them drink. But I saw, like, the liquor stores were popping with all types of people, young people, old people. people of all nationalities, males, females. Yeah, the alcohol business is buzzing over there. Yeah, it was definitely crazy. It was definitely a crazy experience. The news was quite interesting. Watching news in California, the news talked about like Hollywood and everything. That was like weird. You know, they're talking about Hollywood, but I'm in Hollywood. Like I was literally located like 5 minutes from the Star Walk. Like in a car, like 5 minutes. In a walk, it was like a good 30 minutes. But in a car, like 5 minutes. From the Hollywood sign, I was like 12 minutes. Like I can literally walk a couple blocks down and look up a certain block and I'll see the Hollywood sign. So I picked the perfect place to like be housed in. The motel wasn't bad. I mean, I don't got high expectations for motels because I know the difference between a motel and a hotel. Motels are usually a lot cheaper. Hotels are usually more ritzy, depending on what hotel you go to. So you usually get a lot more amenities, a lot better cleanliness with a hotel versus a motel. But I'll tell you something, the motel was relatively clean. It had a funny odor, like not a bad odor. It was like a Muslim oil, like a weird perfume, weird cologne type of, like whatever they used to give the room fragrance. I don't know if it was an incense or something. It kind of stink, in my opinion, because I have a real sensitive nose when it comes to fragrances. Fragrances give me a headache. Wow, look at that classic. Fantastic. Wow, that was decent. That was decent. And that kind of rhymed. Look at that classic. That's fantastic. Mr. Boombastic. But yeah, so I'm walking around with this 50-pound book bag, super duper heavy, probably a little bit heavier than it was when I got off the plane because I got some souvenirs in there. I got some shirts. I got some extra clothes. I got some food in there for my wife. Yeah, it's definitely a lot heavier. It's kicking my butt, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm actually contemplating on finding a spot that's in the shade coming up in the next 2-3 blocks. If I see something nice, I'm probably just sit down and y'all gonna hang out with me at the corner. But yeah, guys, it was cool. It was a real cool experience. I saw a lot of restaurants that I never saw in my life in person. I only saw them on TV or I heard about them. Like the Jack in the Box, like the Del Taco. Like, I didn't see an In-N-Out. I always heard about In-N-Outs, but I don't think I saw one. I don't know if I was in the right hood to see an In-N-Out, but I ain't see one in person. Yeah. I saw lowriders. I saw like 3 of them, 4 of them. Yeah. I saw some exotic cars. Lambo, Ferrari, a couple other cars. Yeah, in Beverly Hills, I saw tons of Range Rovers, which is pretty common in Philly. Like, not everybody got Range Rovers, but people do have Range Rovers. But it was an exaggerated amount of them, like Land Rover, Range Rover, all of that. In Beverly Hills, a lot of Mercedes, a lot of Teslas, a lot of BMWs. I guess that's why in Grand Theft Auto, when you go to the ritzier part of the map, they show a lot of Range Rovers and a lot of those vehicles spawn up. The BMW 745s or the whatever, because that's how it is in real life over here. I saw a good handful of people with plastic surgery, whether it was face jobs, nose jobs, chin jobs, cheek jobs, face tucks, possibly fake breasts, possibly fake rear ends, you know, their butt implants or whatever. But then again, you're in LA. I think that's the norm. That's the social norm in a certain crowd, you know? I saw a few old school Honda Civics that were rust-free, which is super duper hard to find in the East Coast because all our vehicles are rusty as ever. Yeah, look at that. A sign that says LA. Yo, you see? And that's another thing that I didn't like. All right, let's talk about what I didn't like. I don't like how long these roads are. These roads are extremely long, like dumb long. Like, we've been walking on this road forever. And then I gotta walk this all the way back. Like, that got me dreading it. I'm about to bust a U-turn. Like, yo, it's incredible how long these roads are. And then in the sun, I think 'cause I have this backpack, it's torture. It makes it bad. Like, sheesh. For example, if I drive from the airport to the motel, it's like a 40-50 minute drive, depending on traffic. If I walk, 5 hours and 40 minutes. Like, for example, when I dropped off the car, I put in the Google, I said, take me to the closest beach. Cool. Google said 9 minutes away in a car. You know how long it said walking? An hour and 47 minutes. What? How do you convert a 9-minute drive to an hour and 47 minute walk? I guess it's these long roads. Maybe it takes you to like highways. It takes you to like, you know, these extremely long routes where it takes forever. And I was definitely not about to take no almost 2-hour walk to the beach and 2-hour walk back. So I figured I'd go this way, see what we see. Right now we're walking closer to the city, but we're not gonna be at the city. Example, when I was at the food spot this morning or earlier, the food spot, how far was it from the rental? It was 6 minutes. The food spot was 6 minutes away from the rental company. Walking, 37 minutes. Like, dang, bro. Like, can I get a break? So now I know why people use scooters, why people use e-bikes here, why people use all types of objects to travel other than just walking. Because walking is treacherous. And then next week, the heat's supposed to be 109, 108, 104. One day said 104, one day said 108, another day said 109. Like, what? 109 makes me want to, like, stay naked outside. Yeah, it was crazy. It was bad, guys. And this week hasn't been that bad. This week's been in the 70s, but I don't know if it's been super hot because, like I said, I've been walking, I've been talking, I've been holding my arm up when I utilize this camera. Wow, look at that plane right there. Wow, look at the way it's flying. So low, right? Wow. When I utilize that camera, and I'm holding it up right now the way I am, it puts a stress on my torso, you know? And yeah, I could have wore a body cam, but the body cam makes people woozy, and that's why I didn't use a lot of body cam. I used a little bit. The body cam's cool for certain locations, certain places. And I brought it mainly just in case this gimbal died and the battery died, but for the most part, I did a pretty good job of keeping it charged. You know what I mean? I kept it charged. That was the good thing about having a vehicle. With the vehicle, I was able to use the cigarette lighter to charge all my objects. Or like if I had a wall outlet that needed to be charged, I would leave it at the motel, let it charge while I leave, you know what I mean? I didn't go too far from my belongings. I kept all my belongings with me, all my belongings. Or unless I was in the car, I left them in the car. But I was really cautious not to leave anything super important in the car. Like, I kept the most important stuff with me. My phone, my GoPro, and my main camera. You know what I mean? I kept the most important things with me. The gimbal, the laptop, all that other stuff, I left in the bag and inside the trunk of the vehicle because I did put $1,800 insurance on the car, protecting my items in case something happened to the vehicle. If they broke into it and they took my items, I was covered, $1,800. So, you know, I made sure to do the math and not leave my with my camera and my lenses. That one camera with the kit lens, and then I brought a 1.4 50 millimeter that I didn't even use. If I would have knew I wasn't gonna use it, I would have never brought it. That's more weight and more risk. But just between that lens and that camera with the stock can, that's like 16, 17, almost 1,800 probably by itself. So, you know, and then I had the laptop and everything. So I made sure to keep the expense. And then my GoPro it was $550. And with the SD card, it came up to $600. So, you know what I mean? So I was definitely walking around with a lot of risk factor, but I took it with a grain of salt. I paid attention to my surroundings, played it smart. I utilized certain. Yeah, I saw a lot of females with like I don't know if that's the style down here, but like skater type clothes, loose clothes, baggy clothes. I saw, yeah, just a lot. It's just a lot to take in there. There's an extra mile gas station over there. We don't have those. There's a AM PM Arco gas station here with a little quickie mart. We don't have those in Philly. You know, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that we don't have that I never experienced. I see a green light. It says don't walk, but guess what? It's green. I'm gonna pretend like I'm a car. Vroom vroom. Beep 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 beep. And I'm gonna go. I've been doing a lot of jaywalking. I've been doing a lot of crossing places without like following. Cause man, these lights, that's another thing. These lights take forever. In some areas, these lights are ridiculous. Yeah. The highways, they be packed, yo, and everybody be out. They be out. They be out, yo. I'll give you one gem. You know how in Philly, every other block, like if I'm going slow, somebody beep, 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 beep. I only got beeped at like 2 times here in a 3-day period. In Philly, it would have been 2 times like in an hour. But considering how much driving I was doing, 2 times in 3 days isn't bad. You know? Most of the time I saw people behind me being really patient, going slow, or if they really had to go somewhere, they just swerved around me. They didn't sit there and rush me or beat me. So that was cool. Or I pulled over and I just let them go by. City of Inglewood, California. Yeah, it was cool to be in Inglewood. That was a cool experience. Look, you see what I'm talking about? We just accidentally stumble on this, and they're over there too. And we're under the highway right now. And there's more over there. Oh, I saw a bunch of rats. Living amongst the people. I saw a really cool squirrel. I saw a squirrel that pump faked me and pretended like he was hurt, but then bounced when I tried to save him. Oh, you know what was cool? I saw lizards. That was so cool. Yeah, I saw lizards, y'all. I thought that was decent. Got a chance to see lizards running around. Remind me of Puerto Rico. I saw some pretty cool birds. I saw, what else I saw? A lot of graffiti. A lot of my Philadelphia graph heads will really love the graffiti here because there's tons and tons and tons of graffiti. Like in a lot of the areas, like Pieces. I mean, but then again, LA is also a graffiti mecca. Just like Philly, just like New York. LA has a lot of history in graffiti, in hip hop, in the b-boy culture. Yeah, a lot of influence. I saw a lot of casting call houses, which I didn't know that they existed. A lot of people nod their head to me just like how he did. A couple people came to me or they walked by and they were like, "What's up, homie?" Or they'd be like, "What's up, G?" I was surprised that earlier, I forgot who it was. Was it? I think it was it was a Crip. He had to be a Crip because he was with the Nipsey homies. They were out there selling, and I think he was putting some stuff up, and he said something like I don't know. I think he was in the way a little bit. Well, I don't care that he was in the way. Cause I was gonna say excuse me and anyway, but like when he backed up, he was like, what'd he say? He was like, my bad, bro. And in my head, I'm like, whoa, did he say the word bro? I thought it had to be cuz, or like I thought it had to be with a C. I thought they wasn't supposed to say the B. You know what I mean? I thought they were supposed to like phrase it up differently. But surprisingly, everybody's been pretty chill, man. They've been pretty chill. Like, to me, it feels like Philly, but with palm trees, mountains. The mountains are awesome. The mountains, I'm talking about the mountains are incredible, yo. The mountains, I'm loving them. Oh, and then I see movie banners everywhere. But mind you, this looks like a really good place to sit. I'm so tempted to sit down, but my OCD wants me to keep on going. Mind you, it's one thing in Philly to see film posters. All right, cool. Mind you, we don't have a lot of film posters in Philly. Every once in a while, you'll see some film posters posted somewhere or on a billboard. Here, a lot of the major billboards were taken by movies that's coming out. And then the place that shoots the movie is in this town. So that makes you like you gotta wrap your mind around that. You gotta think about it. Like for example, like you go and you watch I don't know, let's say like Fast 6 or whatever. I said 6, Fast 9, which is Fast and Furious, or just any one of the movies. Like I think the Black Widow advertisement was here. We're in Hollywood, dudes. Or we're not in Hollywood right this second, but we're like minutes away from it. You're talking about, look at it, El Pollo Loco. We don't have those in Philly or anywhere, not that I know of on the East Coast, or at least in Jersey and in Philly. But you telling me that movie is being advertised on this corner and was shot like 50 minutes away on a studio. They probably, and all day, that's all they probably see here is planes. Planes. Huge planes, guys. That's all I see is planes. And then the freaking John was shot probably minutes away from here. In a controlled environment in a studio in one of those big Paramount Pictures or WB, you know what I mean? And each one of those studios had their own movies posted out front, which was incredible to see. Casa Gambino. This reminds me of that spot from the movie Cheech and Chong. If you ever watched the movie Cheech and Chong, when he's giving out oranges and everything, and then the wealthy guy buys them or helps him get his own place. That'd be incredible if this is it, right? Nah, I don't think so. Casa Gambino, family restaurant, Mexican food. But anyway, all in all, man. And then the views, the mountains. Did I say mountains? Did I already let y'all know about the mountains? The mountains are incredible, yo. The mountains are breathtaking. They're breathtaking. It looks like a storybook. It looks fake. It looks like a video game. It looks like the skyline is computer generated. Like this is the Matrix, and you know, it is awesome. It's an awesome experience. And the thing that I notice is I don't see people staring up at the palm trees. I don't see people staring at the skyline. I see people looking down, just focused on nothing, driving, focused on their phone. But I guess maybe it's because they're so accustomed to imagining. If you lived here your whole life, you might be like, all right, palm trees, dude. All right, we get it. I saw that for the last 35 years of my life. You know what I mean? Or like the mountains. Like I saw some little kids with their parent crossing the street, and I'm in my head like, dudes, kids, you guys don't even know the beauty that you guys are being raised in. You know what I mean? They don't know the beauty that they're being raised in. They're so numb to it. You know what I mean? Look at that black hole over there. Yeah, they do not know. I saw this pretty cool car restoration classic shop right across the street from Paramount Pictures. And it's cool because they restore classic cars. And I'm like, wow, they probably made a lot of movie cars. You know what I mean? Probably customized a lot of cars for the movies so they can have them right on set. Oh, man. Incredible, guys. I had a nice experience. If I come back again, or when I come back again, I know where I want to go. I know, you know. I would like to come, not business related, just to hang out. Maybe I'll vlog a little bit of my good times, just so I can have them for personal memories. But I don't want to always come just to tour and capture tours. Because believe it or not, even though tours might seem simple to you guys, a lot of people think that it's easy. It takes a lot out of a person's mental, especially, you know, when you're in such a beautiful place like this. I gotta focus on my conversation. I gotta focus on being on my P's and Q's. I gotta focus on keeping pushing. I gotta focus on walking. I gotta focus on my environment. You know, I gotta focus on everything. And I can't be caught lacking. I can't be caught slacking. You know what I mean? Yeah. In order to keep the entertainment pace going, you know, I gotta keep focusing. I gotta keep, you know, and before you know it, that's autopilot. That's what I call autopilot. That's what I call. It's like when you're at work, man. You want the day of work to finish. Before you know it's the end of the day, and you're like, damn, the day went by fast. You wasn't focusing. You wasn't focusing on the moment. You wasn't focusing on now. You was focusing on the task. So I'm focusing on the task and doing several of these, you know, an hour a tour or half an hour a tour or 40 minutes a tour times several hours. That's several hours later. Before you know it, you done blew through your whole day. You know what I mean? Mounts Char Broiled Burgers, Mellows Burgers. Yeah, man, this is crazy. Being in Cali. We on Inglewood Ave. Inglewood Ave in Inglewood. We in LA, California. Oh man. Dog found. They put a sign over here, dog found. Cool dog. It's nice. I think we're gonna cross the street here. I'm gonna go up probably like a block or two. I'm gonna make a right. And then I gotta take this long, super duper long trip back. I'm thinking about, to be completely honest with y'all, like I ain't gonna fraud. I told myself, oh, when I drop off the car, that I gotta get another 4 tours. Like I'm treating myself like I'm a machine. Like I'm not a human. Yo, check that. Fiji Airlines. Yeah, like I'm not a human, like, you know? But in all actuality, I also get tired too, you know what I mean? So, I'm thinking about probably this video, and then I'll probably do like maybe when I get to the airport, I don't know, maybe I should do a 360, walking around the airport. But not inside, I don't think so. Because I don't think that they would approve of that. But because I gotta go and I gotta check in, and then what makes matters worse is that when I'm boarding this flight, I gotta get off in Phoenix, Arizona. So it's like, you know what I mean? Because over here I took one flight. Going back, I gotta take 2 flights because they had nothing else that was one flight within the package deal that I was getting. So you talking about, I gotta go, pull my stuff out my bag. I gotta take out all the batteries. I gotta take out all of the camera equipment because they want me to put all that in like a separate bag anyway. So I gotta take that all out, put it inside a little bin. I gotta take off my shoes, I gotta take off my belt. I gotta take everything off, right? And then I gotta put it all back on, go to the plane, take off, go through a little bit of turbulence, fly to, what you call them? To Arizona. That'd be my first time to Arizona too. They got a little barber salon here. Income tax, barber salon, Pepe's Tacos. Yeah, that'd be my first time to Liquor Mini Mart. There's a lot of liquor stores here. That'd be my first time to Arizona. And then I gotta get off the plane for like an hour and a half. Then I gotta go through all that check-in process again. I hope they don't make me go through that check-in process again. I hope I can just like get off and just stay there. You know what I mean? Just so that I don't gotta go through taking off my shoes and taking out the laptop. And oh man, it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, so right now we're walking through Inglewood, y'all. I wanted to do a lot more, but I did what I could within the time given. I hope the universe blesses me with the results of this trip. I hope it continues to help the channel grow so I can continue to do more things like this. I got several other places I want to visit on the list, but you know, I gotta be wise about what I choose, how I choose it, when I choose it, how I move. Look, it looks like we're coming up to a Rest in Peace memorial. It looks like it. It's flowers, balloons. Yeah, we're in Inglewood, y'all. From North Philly to Inglewood. Yeah, it's a little cross. Look at this. Goes to show you, it's real out here. Rest in peace. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, rest in peace. That's deep. That's super deep, y'all. Yeah. So we're gonna try to get back on the main road because my legs are kind of killing me. And then I gotta upload more videos. I'm trying to get as much. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm a realist. I like to think realistically. So I'm trying to get all these uploaded, or many of them uploaded as I can, so they're on my account in case anything happens. You know what I mean? I don't want anything to happen, you know, forbid, but to the flight or anything, and then these don't get posted. You know what I mean? I would like to share them, you know, with you guys, the viewers. So yeah, these blocks are long, bro. Blocks are crazy long. And then the address is here, 10,213 Inglewood, 10213 Inglewood, instead of like 1013 Inglewood. Free library, John. Oh, and then I was using John here. Like, if people knew what I was talking about, I had told the dude, I was like, "You got that John in large? No, you ain't got that John in black." And it didn't occur to me after, like, he's probably thinking to himself, like, what in tarnation? Well, he definitely wasn't thinking what in tarnation, but he was probably like in his head, like, yo, this dude is not from here, saying like, what is a John? Yeah, we're about to make this right on 104th, and then I'm gonna find a block, make a right again, and get back to the main street, because I'm about to start heading back to the airport, y'all. I'm beat. I think this book bag I packed is way too heavy, but I wanted to bring enough gadgets. Like, I didn't even bring a lot, but I brought enough. I brought water shoes thinking that I was gonna use them. I didn't use them. I should have never brought the water shoes. There's a couple things that I wish I would have left. The laptop, I barely used it. I brought the laptop to back up footage. I brought a Dell, like an extra Dell that we had. I wasn't gonna bring my Mac because, oh, look how close that is. Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring my Mac because I wanted to be safe. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be in LA with a Mac and then something happened to my bag and boom, there goes my Mac. We're on Inglewood Ave and 104th. But yeah, is this another Rest in Peace memorial right here? Dang. Right here with the flowers. Anyway, I'm about to make this little right. Yeah. My heels are killing me, y'all. Because when I'm walking on my heel, and then I don't walk slow. I walk fast. That's just my natural pace. That's how fast that I naturally walk. So it's like, it's not like I'm walking slow and I'm taking it easy, cruising. I walk fast naturally. It's a mission. Borough Ave, 104 from Borough Ave. I think this probably goes up. Hopefully this goes back up to the main road. Oh man. Yeah, it's hot. Like my, I don't want to say it too crazy, but my personals are like sticking to me, and like the shirt stuck to my back. My shoulders are sweaty because the belt straps. I ain't got the vehicle no more, so I gotta bring the bag with me wherever I go. Yeah, it sucks, but it's cool. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? The trip is almost over, I can't wait till I'm back in Philly, my hometown Philly. And then, mind you, while I'm over here, y'all know I'm from Philly, so they automatically recommend me videos from crimes that happened in Philly since I wasn't here. Since I wasn't there. There was like a carjacking in Kensington. There was like a couple shootings. There was robberies like throughout the city, not just all in Kensington. But I'm like, dang, y'all can't just for like a week just relax. And then what was even worse was when I wake up today, I find out that yesterday a condo collapsed in Miami, in Florida. So that's incredible. That's like, yo, bro. Like, what are the odds? A condo collapse. Like, that's unbelievable. They said they pulled out one child alive, but there isn't a complete body count yet. I haven't watched the news since I left 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning. Well, since I was watching the news for 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, I checked out early. Checked out super duper early. I was supposed to check out at 12. I checked out like at 8. Because I didn't want to have to go back. I didn't want to go back to I wanted to be able to go to every place I had to go and not be tied to drive back to Hollywood to drop off the key card and then to leave again. Nah. So it's cool. Oh man, it's so hot. Oh, check it out. The trash service has a truck that does it for them. We don't have that in Philly. I think they got that in Jersey. The trash truck that actually picks up the trash for you. Wow, I get to see that in person. I only seen it on YouTube. Look at it, picks it up. They need to bring that to Philly, but then again, they'll probably take out a lot of jobs. Wow. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, the crazy thing was that I was walking through one of the blocks on Hollywood Boulevard. I walked by. They appeared to be homeless or displaced. They didn't have a home, right? And then I see him and his buddy like breaking up some type of bud-like substance, which looked quite moist, might I make a note. They were breaking up some type of substance, and he's like, homie, I got bud for sale. If you need some. I'm like, what? I ain't tell him what, but in my head, I'm like, what? This dude was literally breaking up, like, it looked like a half a pound on the middle of the street, not in the middle of the street, on the sidewalk on Hollywood Boulevard, and he was living in a tent. And the thing is, that weed didn't look cured yet. You're supposed to let it cure, dry up a little bit, I think, right? It's supposed to be crystallized. That thing looked like it still had tons of moisture in it, like it was fresh off of the bushel, and like, you know what I mean? But he was selling bud right there. I'm like, oh, you got to get it high you can. And he had on his tent was facing the street. He had like a big banner with a marijuana plant. And he had another banner it wasn't even a banner, it was like a towel. We're back on the boulevard. Cool. Now I'm gonna walk back to the airport. See? That was damn near, look, it's been 54 minutes. And we didn't really walk nowhere. That was just from me dropping off the car to here. That's how LA is. It's a whole lot of walking, a whole lot of extremely long roads. Like if you come to LA, make note, you better rent a car. You better rent a car, seriously. because you're gonna be walking forever. It's just easier to get around. It's easier to get around when you got a car. What was interesting too was that I smelled a lot of weed, but I forgot when I first got here that weed is legal here for recreational use. So I drove to an area, a few areas where they said, where it said like weed sold here, or like this other one said make a left here to buy your bud now. I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, they're telling you to make a left. It was on a big billboard, like that iCarly board. Oh, that's Paramount Pictures that made iCarly. Yo, I used to watch iCarly when I was younger. I ain't gonna fraud. I saw a couple episodes. And I went to the studio and they had a big old iCarly poster right out front. That goes to show you, look at that billboard right there got iCarly on it. That show was only shot like 35 minutes from here, 40 minutes from here. Cause Paramount Pictures is a little closer to where we're at than Hollywood. Paramount Pictures is only like 8-9 minutes from Hollywood, from the motel where I was at, but it's closer this way. Hollywood's a little bit more north. So that goes to show you, it's not like that's a billboard there and that show was shot on the other side of the country. That's how it is in Philly. In Philly, you'll see these movie billboards, but they'll literally be shot on the other side of the country. Where? Cali. So, it's been incredible, guys. It's been incredible, man. Been a real experience. You know, all my life I spent money on random stuff. Junk. I know I spent a lot of money on tools, which is good. Tools make your money back. But I spent a lot of money like just on wasteful things throughout my lifetime. And it was once said somewhere that you could actually invest your money and buy memories. You know what I mean? You can actually buy memories and you can actually have an experience of a lifetime. So rather than, let's say, you might be spending, let's say, $500,000 on a phone or something, you might be able to build a memory with that 500 or that 1,000 on a trip. You know what I mean? You feel me? You might spend 500 on some clothes. You might spend 500 on some clothes and be stuck in the city still and not get to live life. Or you might take that 500, 600, 700 or more, depending on where you're going and how much it's costing you to stay, and have a memory that's gonna last a lifetime. And if you're wise enough with today's technology, you'll document it. You know what I mean? You'll document it and you'll have it forever. So it's just something to think about. I'm glad that I thought about it, and I can always look back at it. And like I was telling you, I don't think I was taking the whole trip in while I was recording, because I was recording, I was working. But when I get back to Philly and I'm in my little comfortable area and I'm with Jersey, I heard she missed me. She been really like sluggish. She been really like blah. My dog misses me. And when I get around my wife and we can just, you know, watch these streams with y'all, these live streams, I'll get a chance to relive it while I'm sitting down, you know what I mean? And I ain't gotta go through all the sweat. Y'all be making me do all the sweating while y'all be in y'all ACs, chilling, watching Tune. It's like, no. I really appreciate the support, y'all. I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm, everyone's timeliness or promptness. I know a lot of people try to show up on time to the streams. A lot of people share their stories. I get a lot of people that tell me how they appreciate what I do. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that you guys are appreciative. I'm thankful that somebody, go ahead. I'm thankful that somebody out there in the World Wide Web watching likes what I do and it doesn't go in vain. You know, when I started doing this, I was doing it for myself. I didn't do it thinking that hundreds of thousands of people or thousands of people was gonna be watching it. I was doing it because I was like, it's something for me and for my grandkids in the future to see. You know, documentation, so when I'm no longer around, and maybe for future generations, you know, so they can, you know, see what my city was like, my hometown. But now that I have you guys supporting it, it makes the fruit oh so much sweeter. With that being said, guys, we just reached our 1 hour mark. It's hot. I'm about to start walking back to the airport. I'll probably turn on the little 360 when I'm at the airport. I don't know, because I'm hot. I'm burning up. Like, y'all gonna see me sweating. Y'all gonna see me hot. But I'm gonna do my best to get all these videos uploaded, get them all out there so you guys can see them. I'm gonna schedule them, so by the time y'all see this will probably be at the end of the whole series of videos. But if you just catch this for the first time, go back and go watch my little journey. Thank you all for watching. Show some love. Comment in the comment section. Leave a thumbs up. Do what you gotta do, you know? This is your homeboy Tune. Mr. Tune Dollars, Tune Ski, Tunism, Bad Tune, Tuner, Tune One, Super Tune, Tunage, Tune Be Chillin', Tune Hollywood, Tune Bel Air, Tune Beverly Hills, Tune So Long Beach, Tune So Venice Beach, Tune Welcome Back to the Airport, and I'm tuning out.